This upgrade took me way longer time than I expected, even though it's a small part, but it was challenging to make all that happen. And with 3D printing functional part, it's very tricky to put it the way you want it, the orientation, how you're gonna print it. Because it's functional, you're gonna have to see where's the strong part so it doesn't break over there. So let's talk about how it started. So back in a few months when I took it out for a test drive, everything was good, was driving nicely, and the only problem was stopping point. When I wanted to stop, it didn't stop because most of the RC cars nowadays are four-wheel drive, and I wanted to keep realism with the Supra, and it's only rear-wheel drive, and the motor only doing the braking for the rear tires. So with this kind of car, it's 8 scale and it's about 5 kilos. It's really hard to stop it only with 2 wheels. So I had to come up with an idea to make a braking for the front, even though there are calipers you can buy, which I did for the Supra project with the Sim2 engine, but the price was going really high and it's always out of stock. So I remember I bought it for 90, and then they raised it to 100, 124, and now it's out of the stock. I can't find it anywhere. The only place I found it, it was at Amien's Hobby, and the price was too high. And I was like, I have to do something about it and 3D print it. Even though it will be very tricky, if I 3D print it and send it so we can print it with metal, it will be a really good option. And I wanted to keep the realism and functional at the same time. So that's what I came up with. It also has the brake pads, you can replace them. So for now, I 3D printed the pad with PLACF. For now, it's holding up very good, but I also printed with PETG and TPU, and we're gonna find out which one breaks better in this video. And once you printed everything, swapping the pad is very easy. You're just gonna take it out and it doesn't need screw. It just comes out and you can replace it. And the pad looks like a real pad. And now I can see I have wearing spots, which is really cool. And yeah, you're just gonna put it back and done. Here you have your RC pad. So when I launched my project on Maker World, one of the stretch goals was the functional brake, and I wanted to finish it by that time when I deliver the files. So now I have all the files. We're gonna put it on and test it and see which pad gonna work. I already tested the PLACF, and we also gonna try TPU as well. And with the high speed, depending on the speed and also the servo, if it breaks in the future, we can metal 3D print it and it's gonna last you for life. So let's talk about how the brake mechanism is working. So the two pads are like a plier and it will squeeze the rotor and it stops the rotation. I wanted to make it simple and functional at the same time. But first of all, I recommend to have the rotor in metal, which I 3D printed in metal with PCBWay. I'm happy to announce this video is sponsored by PCBWay. If you are thinking on custom design and need PCB board, sheet metal fabrication, injection molding or 3D printing, they can do all of that. Link in the video description box below. Back to the video. So I ordered to print it in aluminum. It's not heavy and also functional at the same time. And it has that texture on the top, which is really good, and that's what we need for stopping with the pad. And the other things I printed with PETG or ABS, both working fine. And you can print them in 1 hour. That's it for both sides. The other things I did, I put letters so you can know which one is front left or front right, so you don't mix it. And putting it together, so easy. I will show you everything you need. I will make sure to put all the details in the video description box below. And also we need a cable and a servo and attaching point. I wanted to hide it and don't show it on any place. So I want to keep realism and also not show that it's like RC car. I wanted to put it somewhere to hide it. So the best thing I found was under the dashboard. So I put it there. The cable's going there and it's gonna pull the cable. The pad's gonna stop the rotor. I recommend to use a 20 kilogram servo, and if it's faster it will be better because the reaction time will be way faster when you're doing braking. So I'm gonna show you the design and then we're gonna print it and put it on the car. So let's do it. Alright, I printed all the parts. The driver side already assembled, and I will show you how to assemble the passenger side. The bracket for the servo is PLA because it's thick and you're not gonna have any problem with it and there is no force on this. So the hub is PETG-CF, but you can print this with ASA as well. The caliper is also PETG-CF, and the pads are PLA CF, but you can print it with TPU as well, and we're gonna try if TPU works better. And this bracket which goes here is also PETG CF. So when I ordered metal 3D printing the front rotor, I also wanted to metal 3D print the rear rotors as well, because I had a problem with the D shape here and it was rounding up with the hard acceleration. So now we have it in aluminum and we're not gonna have a problem with twisting from here. I also metal 3D printed the hex because it was breaking from here when I was doing a hard turn and there was so much force on the rear tires. So now we have it in aluminum and it's not gonna break. And I also did for the front as well, and yeah. And for connecting the calipers with the servo, I'm using these straws that always come with these glue activators. Here I made an adapter so we can put two between each other, and also we have these steel wires which it will be connected with the caliper and then goes to the servo, and the servo will pull it and the caliper will work and stop the car. Alright, the calipers are assembled for both sides. Now we're gonna remove the front tower strut brace and then mount the servo bracket under the dashboard so we can connect the cables with the servo. Alright, now the cables are assembled from the servo to the caliper, and you have to put a gap between the caliper and the rotor so it doesn't make sound. And I bring the cables like this and it doesn't interfere with anything. Even if you steer, it's not gonna break. And the next thing is connecting the servo with the receiver. You can connect it with the brake, but I'm planning to put a light kit on it, and then after that I will connect it with the brake light. But for now I will put it on the 6th channel. Alright, we are done. Everything is working. We're gonna put the panels back and then I'll put the rear rotor, and all the rotors will be aluminum, so we're not gonna have that twisting problem anymore. So let's do that. I'm so happy with the result, how it was locking the front tires, but few things I changed. The first thing is the pad. PLACF didn't work even though I was pushing it with the servo, but it wasn't locking. But the TPU A95 works the best, so this is what I recommend for the pads, and it was locking the front tires immediately, and that's how it looked. And the other things, I changed the servo bracket. It had that ears that I didn't like. It was sharp and it was a bit wobbly under the dashboard, so I modified it. Now it's sitting way better and doesn't wobble. And also printed in black, and now it's hidden, nothing is showing over there. A big thank you to all my Patreon supporters. All the files and the products I use will be in the video description box below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.